Spurs fans. Welcome back. Hope we're all feeling okay after these back-to-back losses. Starting the week off bad, and I know we ended the last week off on a great foot with those back-to-back wins. So I'm sure our emotions are all up and down right now. And these back-to-back losses, nothing to panic about, but absolutely these were two more winnable games that we could have gone on a four-game win streak. Again, that would have just been fun to see, fun to be a part of. Um, but nothing to panic about, of course. But man, again, another showing of we got to play the full 48 minutes. And until we learn how to do that, you know, it's going to be tough to gather more wins this season. But let's not get our heads down too much. Still a lot more season to play. And, with the rodeo road trip coming up, guys are definitely going to need our support out there. We were in attendance for both games this week against the Wizards and the Magic. The atmosphere was absolutely electrifying. The team had definitely had the full fan support the whole game. They had enough support to pull off the wins. And just what a great time that we had in attendance. We were able to get more fan insight on the team as well. So we'll bring that to you on today's episode with more in-game sounds. So let's get it rolling for today's episode. Okay, let's get it going with that Wizards game, which we should have won, which was a winnable game. No excuses. Should have won that game. I mean, we were in control of that game the whole time. The whole time until that fourth quarter run that they made on us. And just, goes to show like you got to be mentally strong for 48 minutes. 48 minutes, got to be mentally strong to close it out, especially against NBA teams, these high elite level players. Huge shout out to Chetty Osman with the 20 points. So unfortunate that we didn't take advantage of that great role play um, to help us win that game. I mean, 20 points. Finally, he had a breakout game for us. Something we knew he was capable of doing here and there, and just a huge blow that we didn't take advantage of that to get the W. But huge shout out, Chetty Osman. That was really exciting to watch you play that night. Seeing him play a game like that, I was just envisioning, if he was going to be on the team in the future, envisioning this type of play in important games that we're just going to really need help from the bench and, beat a high level team in the future. So I was just envisioning what he could bring to this team in the future with that type of role play, Good to see Devin Vassell, Wemby, of course, having more than 20 points. Those two, really playing good, playing pretty consistent the past 4 games for us. Unfortunately, Sohan only ending the night with 2 points, 1 for 7 that night. A night that we just could have used a little bit more help offensively, but no, not too much critique on him because what he does for us defensively is underlooked, but tremendously appreciated, by a lot of fans. So kudos to him, just for always having that tough defensive assignment. But if we could have got just a little bit more offensive help, I think we could have pulled out the win there too. But I don't think that at all was any kind of factor into why we lost the game. It just seemed like the guys just played down to the competition. We were in control of it most of the game. We get off to a hot start. We're making incredible shots, making incredible plays. That one full court pass to Wemby where it's over his head. He's, running out of bounds and he just lightly flicks it over his head back to Trey Jones for the layup. Like, we're making plays like that. And it just really seems like it's going to be a great night. And it's going to end in a win. But then, I don't know what happened. They just got complacent and I think they just figured the Wizards were just going to go away, eventually on their own. And yeah, as you could see in the fourth quarter is when they killed us, playing down to the competition, just not being mentally strong. But, a huge, huge learning lesson for the guys. Another problem I saw was just the rebounding. We need major help on the rebounding end, and getting help on the rebounding end is gonna really eliminate a lot of those open threes that the opponents are getting. But the final stats may not suggest that we're getting like too killed on it, but we're constantly losing in that category night after night. So I think that in the draft, or maybe I don't know if this one, but in one of these near drafts, we need to get another big, athletic big that can just help get boards. Somebody that's also going to play physical, contend when people are driving it in, letting his presence be felt. Somebody strong. But we absolutely need help on the rebounding end. Again, it'll eliminate open kickouts. For the open three from the opponents. A lot of times we're having a double team on the box out just to try to get a board, and that's killing us because even when we're double teaming on the box out, like that player's still getting his hands on the ball, so he's still getting that tip and tipping it out to his man, and it's killing us. It's a huge problem, and we need to fix that, and we need to fix that through the draft. Really, really adamant about building this team through the draft and just being a little bit patient about it. Championship's not going anywhere, so there's no rush to win anything right now. There's so much experience that the guys can still gain through playing an NBA season without having to make playoffs right now. There's so much that they can learn. Like, they're still young, so regardless, they're going to learn something new every single game this season, and it's just going to be a big learning curve still. But if we're patient, we can find the right perfect pieces in the draft, and I think it's just really important just to hold on to these draft picks. Don't give them away for immediate wins just to get in the playoffs. The Mavericks are a perfect example of, I mean, are they really a contending team? But they're a perfect example of a team that's constantly making playoffs. They get a lot of wins. They have a superstar. But how deep do they ever go to the playoffs? They never go deep in the playoffs ever. And their problem is they're going to always stay in the middle. They're going to be, mediocre. Even by making playoffs, they'll still be considered mediocre in the playoffs. Not considered a threat. Nobody's worried about them. And they're just stuck in this situation for a while because those guys that they have are just coming into their prime. They're not old, but they're not young like us either. So they're going to be stuck with that team for a while, and they're not going to be able to, really rebuild for a long time. So they're just going to be stuck in that position, and it's a position that I do not want us to be in. I do not want the Spurs stuck in the middle, 5, 6, 7 seed, year in, year out, only going to the first round, never making it deep, and not being able to do much with that roster. So I believe in I believe in the front office. Again, we have all these former Spurs players constantly working with the team. They have belief in the front office, belief in the direction of where we're trying to go, and of the team that we're trying to build, which is a dominant dynasty for many, many years. So I believe the front office knows what they're doing. I'm certain that they have their eye on somebody. But not only do we need a facilitator or a playmaker, we need another big. We need help on the boards, plain and simple. Let's hear some insight from some fans that were in attendance that night at the Wizards game, and let's get into some in-game sounds as well.
What's up, Spurs fans? We're back at the Frost Bank Center here for the Washington Wizards Spurs game. We have Christian here with us in section 201 right now. Christian, how are you doing today?
Pretty good, sir. How about you?
Yeah, I'm doing great, thanks. So what do you think about the Spurs this year? How are you feeling about them?
It's a rebuilding year. We got Wemby, taking it slow, obviously. Letting him progress throughout the season.
Yeah. Nice. So what do you think about our future? You think it's bright? Think we're like not doing so well?
We got a pretty bright future, honestly. Regardless of what we do this year, I feel like in the next 5 years we'll be in the playoffs. For sure.
Nice, man. And I see you have a Jeremy Sohan jersey.
Yes, sir.
Is that your favorite player besides Wimby?
Yeah, I think so.
Awesome, man. How do you think he's been playing so far?
Honestly, he was off to a rocky start, but recently he's been doing better. Hasn't it more to Wemby?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Awesome, man. Yeah, I think that his skill set's like definitely increased since the beginning of the season. Would you like to see him be a long-term part of the Spurs' future?
Honestly, I feel like if we can get something good, some good value for him, then we can move him. But if not, I feel like he's a part of our future for sure.
Nice. And just like, with all the upgrades people are talking about, like that we need for the roster, like what pieces do you think we need to fill out this roster?
Definitely a point guard, like a pass-first point guard. Someone like Trae Young, obviously. Someone that can get Wemby the ball more. Other than that, I feel like a shooter maybe will be good.
Awesome, man. And so what's your favorite thing about coming to the games?
Honestly, the environment. Like, regardless if we're up or down, the Spurs fans are usually, some of the best we have. So
that's awesome, man. Well, I appreciate you. Thanks for being a part of GSG Nation. Before we go, can I get a Go Spurs Go?
Go Spurs, go!
Hey, Spurs fans, we're back in section 125 here with Joe. Joe's coming all the way from New Braunfels to the Spurs game. How are you feeling tonight, Joe?
Pretty good. First basketball live I've ever been to.
Awesome, congratulations. Well, glad that you could join us here on GSG Nation and taking the game with us. So, how excited are you for the new Wemby era?
Very excited. Not as much as tonight as I, was anticipating, but hopefully it'll come on.
Awesome, great. And how do you feel about the Spurs' future? Where do you think they're going from here?
Oh, very bright future. Very bright. I like Vessel. I like Wesley coming off the bench. I think he brings some energy. And Osman tonight is wow.
Osman is tearing it up tonight. This is probably the best game of his season. Like we were just talking, maybe his career, right? Yeah, he's having a good night. It's been really exciting tonight. What would you say has been your favorite part of the game tonight?
Oh, definitely my daughter dancing.
Awesome. Yeah, we did see them at halftime. She did a great job. That's so cool that you get to bring your family out tonight and like just see the Spurs and enjoy a good night with the family.
Love the energy here. Love the energy.
That's awesome. Great. So, who would you say your favorite player besides Wemby?
I like Vessel. I like Vessel a lot.
And do you feel like he should be part of the Spurs' long-term future?
Oh, definitely, yes.
And I know we're going through a rebuild, so it's kind of been a little tough this year. What pieces do you think the team is missing that we need to add going forward?
I like the point guard. I think we need more point guard, in my opinion.
Yeah, more point guard. Yeah, somebody just to facilitate and. Honestly, to run a good pick and roll with Wemby, wouldn't you say?
Oh yeah. I think they need to. He needs to post up. They need to give him the ball more so he can post up.
Yeah,
they're lacking that tonight. I don't know. I haven't got to watch him all year long, but tonight it seems like he's been able to post up, and they're not giving him the ball.
And do you think like it would be a good idea to pair Wemby with another big man, somebody that's like just athletic and can rebound really big for him?
Yeah, the way we used to do.
Yeah, right. With two bigs, run it with two bigs, right?
Yeah.
So like,
or at least switch it up every now and then.
Yeah, exactly. And we're gonna need more than just one for sure.
I would like to see Osman if he plays the way he is tonight. I would actually like to see him, on the court with
Wemby out there.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, and so the way Osman's been playing, he's a veteran player. How do you do you think the Spurs should hang on to him? Because I know we need vets for the team, and that's what people are wanting. Do you think we should hold on to Osman?
I think he's definitely good coming off the bench. I know you ain't going to see this every night, but he's had a lot of energy tonight, and you need some veterans. You got to have some veterans.
Yeah, absolutely. He's done a great job, bringing a lot of energy, driving the ball really hard, making good
Yeah,
passes,
he's not
good
just making
decisions.
threes; he's driving the ball too. So
Yeah, right. So there's more than just like one aspect to his game,
exactly.
which has been really helpful and exciting and fun to watch. Um, so where do you think Spurs go from here? Like, how long do you think this rebuild takes to where until we're competing again?
I would say 3 years we're back in the mix.
That's exactly what I said.
Yeah.
I would say about 3 to 5 years we're competing in the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we
I
appreciate.
think Wemby needs to put on a hair bit more weight.
Yeah, and
so he don't get pushed around. But I've seen him get pushed around by Bagley a little bit tonight. I think he needs a little bit more weight to him. So
yeah, agree. And I think too, as time goes on, he's gonna pack on size, and then of course, like just become unstoppable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Joe, thanks so much for joining us on GSG Nation. Before we go, can I get a Go Spurs Go?
Go Spurs Go!
Okay, let's go over the Magic game a little bit here. And I got to tell you, that night was an amazing experience. We were courtside that night for the Magic game. And what an unbelievable experience that is. I don't know when I'll ever be able to do that again, but what a blessing, what a gift, that it was. And it was just an unbelievable experience that I wish all of us Spurs fans could enjoy, because it's a great way to watch the basketball game, obviously. But just to let you know, like a little bit about the experience, you get to arrive early, doors open a little bit earlier for you. They also do have a courtside club, which there's a tunnel that leads under the steps to a certain section, and there's like a little mini restaurant there where they have a buffet, free food, free drinks. They have a bar, plenty of tables to sit at. They're giving away free popcorn as you walk in, free, Spurs catalogs. They have a glass wall to the tunnel where the players, run out to the court from. So, yeah, it was top of the line, unbelievable time, great experience, great food, and just what a way to watch an NBA game. Again, I don't know when I'll be able to do that, so I'm so grateful for that opportunity. And, shout out to Chris Monroe over at the Spurs. Thanks again for showing much love and for that gift. Much, much appreciated. And we definitely had a great time. The crowd, the fans were electrifying all night. The team had plenty of support from the fans that night to pull out the win. I don't know how we did not win that game. Again, another winnable one that we let slip away. We started the game off hot, really good start, but we just couldn't pull off the win. And the whole time I'm watching the game, I'm just thinking like, man, we just really need help down low. We need another big presence. When Wemby's in, those guys were not driving it in as much. If they did, they weren't willing to try to challenge him. But as soon as he subs out of the game, everybody already knows, like, okay, we're attacking inside. And that was like the Magic's game plan the whole time. Every time Wemby came out, they immediately went inside, and we had no bigs to stop them. Which, and then it kills us on the rebounding end. Again, if you look at the final stats, like, they didn't kill us on the final rebounding stats, but if you watch the game closely, like, there are just so many opportunities that we could get the rebound had we had another rebounder to help us out in that area. And it would prevent them, from hitting those big open threes that teams are hitting against us all season long. But overall, at least we made a big run at the end. And again, one thing that we have been pretty good at and somewhat consistent at is, making runs to try to make a comeback, and that's been good. So if that can stay consistent and we figure out how to play for a full 48 minutes, we'll be in good shape. And of course, once we round out the roster with those needed pieces, um, we'll the Spurs are going to be just fine. But I can't get over how many missed rebounds um we miss, and just constantly having two guys boxing somebody out to get a rebound and not even get the rebound. Like, it's just really killing us. So we can look for that in the draft. That would be a big, big, big win. And like if it's not even this year, at least hopefully in the next two drafts, then we can get somebody big. But we definitely need help there. uh maybe we could find a vet that could help, kind of mentor Wimby too in that area. I mean, I know he's already getting mentorship from our legends off the court, but yeah, to have play along somebody, another big experienced in the game, I think that would really help our team, and then also help the development of Wimby for the future as well. And I gotta say, yeah, Sohan did a great job on Banchero. I mean, he's an all-star, so he's gonna get his points in, but um, Sohan definitely played physical defense. He did really good defense on Paolo, and there was actually a time in the game too where you could just see Sohan fighting through screens. Banchero actually gets him down low in the block, and you could hear Sohan, not calling for help, telling guys, "No, I got him, I got him." We don't need the help. I don't need the help. But yet, as soon as one of our guys comes to help him out down low, he kicks it out. I think there was an open 2 or an open 3 that Paolo got an assist on. But all because we're over helping on defense. But it was nice to be able to actually hear that. Okay, at least Jeremy Sohan, he's good to take his man one on one. The full court. Yeah, so he's not needing the help. He's not undersized, and he's athletic enough to hold his own. So that was nice to see. Ended his night with the double-double. Awesome. So good job on that. I think we really missed the presence of Keldon Johnson. I think, he would have helped us out on the offensive end, when our offense went cold on that second unit sometimes. And but it was good to see that, Wimby, Vassell, Sohan, big contributors in that game. At least that part was consistent. Devin Vassell with another 20-plus point night, so that's good. 3 20-point plus games in a row for him. Awesome to see. Hopefully he can keep that up, because again, he's supposed to be a big part of our future. Hopefully he is, but he has to be able to play like this consistently in order to be that piece for us. So kudos there. But overall, just a disappointing ending to a great night. And I mean, the fans were really in it on that comeback in the fourth quarter too. Man, we thought we had them, and we thought it was going to be enough, but it wasn't. And we move on from here. We go on. But let's hear what our fan has to say about the team so far this season.
What's up, Spurs fans? We're back at the Frost Bank Center. Tonight we are courtside for the Orlando Magic game, and I'm with dedicated Spurs fan Mark. Mark is decked out tonight for tonight's game, excited with his Wimby jersey. How are you feeling tonight, Mark?
Pretty good. Drove all the way from Florida.
Florida, awesome. Yeah. Wow, yeah, long trip, huh?
Yeah.
Long trip. So, are you excited about the new Wimby era for the Spurs?
Yes, I am.
Nice, awesome. What are your hopes for the future? Do you think we have a bright future ahead of us?
Bright future. We need to pick some more players to go around with him, so that way we can bring all those championships home.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So, speaking of roster updates, and with the trade deadline coming up, who do you think, what position do you think would fill out this roster best going
Point
forward?
guard.
Looking for a point guard first?
Yes.
Awesome. What about your thoughts, of getting another big man, too, to help kind of get those rebounds for Wimby, too?
Yeah, we do need rebounding. So, yeah, another big man would work.
Awesome. Thanks. So, what do you think of the season so far? Are you been excited? What do you think?
I'm excited. I'm watching it. It's growing pains, but I see the progress that they're making. So,
besides Wimby, what other player are you excited to, see most play?
So, Sean.
Yeah, would you say, his improvement on his shot has been better?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I think the experiment with him, putting him at point guard, is helping him out better. So
Yeah, I think so too, and I think like what was helpful was his dribbling's a little bit better, but his court vision has improved too, right?
Yeah.
So, and the good thing too, like, have you been noticing his defensive play?
yes,
Like,
yeah, definitely.
yeah, been outstanding, right,
Yeah.
for us.
Yeah.
Awesome, great. Well, how much longer do you think until we're competing probably in the Western Conference Finals again?
Next year.
About next year?
Yeah.
All right, man. That's what I'm talking about. Love the optimism. We're huge fans here. Before we go, can I get a Go Spurs Go?
Of course. Go Spurs, go!
Shooting two.
All right, that's it for today, Spurs fans. We will be in attendance for Friday's game against the Pelicans. Hope to see you guys there. Can't wait to cheer on our Spurs with you folks. Be sure to keep up with us on GSG Nation on X at GSG Nation Talk, on Instagram and TikTok at GSG Nation, and GSG Nation on YouTube. Go Spurs, go!